Okay, let's go.
Going. God,
I need to shave.
you start coming in here and
Cold in here.
you start coming in here and start barking out orders.
Hands.
What?
Nothing. I've been watching a lot of The Bear.
Hey, this is the M.A.S.S, the world's greatest action sports podcast. I am Chris Coté.
And I'm Todd Richards, and this is it. This is the last podcast before we live in Japan for a week.
Or the first podcast of the year.
Oh, yeah, it's a new year.
Yeah, 2025. Welcome to the future.
New year, new me. Gave up farting.
I think you're the same you, to be honest. Oh, hold on. Let me get this. There we go. Okay, now we're in business. We've got questions. You've
What
got
kind
answers.
of things did you give up this year? We're going to get to that in a second. But first, we're going to tell you who podcast in 2025, the year of our Lord.
The Mammoth Mountain. At Mammoth Mountain on the gram. Obviously, if you live in California, Arizona, Nevada, need I say more? This side of the country, if you're anywhere within striking distance of Mammoth, you've got to go there and ski or snowboard because it's going off. And Todd, like Todd said, the park is just all time.
I didn't say that, but yes,
you did. You said the park was going off last
before. That was last year.
No, you said the end of 2024. I don't think any. I think the park is
At
still
Sunbum,
goodness.
do you have concerns about skin cancer? Well,
yeah, I do.
And the best way that you can mitigate that is by using Sunbum. They don't care what sunscreen you use, just as long as you use sunscreen. They would prefer if you use theirs because they are a billion-dollar company. But at the same time, they're
really hooking the sponsors.
They're in it for you. I'm simply pointing out the facts.
Spy has some news.
Spy Optics. Hey, everybody. Guess what? Austin Sweeten riding for Spy Optics. I've known about this for a long time because I set the deal up myself.
Well, why do you break the news?
Because
here first.
You have to wait until the ink is dry. You ever heard that expression before? You gotta wait till the ink is dry, and Austin Sweeten is now on Spy. Big addition for us because he's literally one of the most entertaining people to watch on a snowboard on the planet, and we got him on Spy Optics. So
he's just an all-around awesome.
He's a great guy, dude. Bounces around like a methed up chipmunk.
Do you have any extra lenses?
Yes,
I got, but just some extra lenses in case we're snowboarding in like white, like dark whiteout conditions. I want some clear. I want to try clear.
You want clear?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have
or whatever light.
Don't worry about it.
Something light.
I'm bringing all kinds of stuff.
Hansen Surf on the gram at Hansen Surf. So far, I've sent about 6 people in there to get their winter wetsuits, and everyone has come out happy and in the lineup. Hansen is the best place to go for surf gear, snow gear, etc. Both of us have had our boards hooked up there and our boots hooked up there. Hansen Surfboards, Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. That's right. The best in the business, best Japanese barbecue sauce, multiple flavors and sizes.
And we're going with the owner of Bachan's.
Going where?
We're going to Japan.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
What are you talking about?
In the last 6 months.
Have I mentioned that?
No, we're going.
And we're going.
Wait.
Justin from Bachan's is going with us.
We're importing our own Japanese barbecue sauce to Japan.
That's right.
Never been done. Well, we did it last year and everybody loved it, so we're going to do it again here. Panic and Coffee and Tea at Panic and Coffee and Tea.
If we had some, we'd put it in these great mugs.
Oh, we might have a fun announcement in regard to mugs and Panic and Coffee and Tea. But that's a secret for now.
Wait,
I will say
you can get these.
We don't. We're talking possibly collab style.
Well, if you just bring these in there and put them on the shelf.
No, but we're saying maybe do one with Monday Master and Panic in here. Yes. And just for those of you who ordered your mugs, the shipment was sent out Friday and another being sent out today. Adam Etzar, one's on the way, buddy, for you. Machu Picchu Energy at MachuPicchu.energy. That one's been on the desk a while and it's been open for a while.
Do you think there's mold in there?
There might be. Why don't you take a sip and find out?
We all know what happens when I go for
Yep.
Yeah, this has been open.
That's a prop. But what we do know is when you open, you drink them, you get good, clean energy, and you feel great about yourself.
That's right. It's like the nuclear fusion of drinks.
Yeah. And Bub's Natural
Energy.
Todd, you did a video or you did a video for New Greens. Mm-hmm. I did a video for Bub's.
Look, the reason
we put them together because we love being healthy.
Well, the reason
do it all.
New Greens.
Yeah. The microphone's on top.
I see the microphone. New Greens dilator. But look. We're going on
many airplanes.
Last year, when I went to Japan, there was a problem.
You couldn't poop.
I didn't poop for fucking 6 days.
Right.
It didn't matter how much water I drank or anything. My gut biome was mangled.
Whoa, science.
Mangled.
Okay.
So
I remember that look on your face after 3 days of
it was concerned because it kept going in.
Right.
And nothing would come out.
Yeah. The New Greens helps you with that.
This year, fucking shit's coming out, dude.
Okay.
Literally.
Good. New year, new Todd. Bob's Naturals every single day. College, I'm on it. I'm loving it. I'm bringing a bunch.
Oh, yeah. And we're also bringing Devin from New Greens with us. Man. So if I have any gastro problem in there, maybe you can just get in there and figure them out. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I love that. Pedal Electric at pedal.electric. Hopefully we've got some new bikes coming soon for 5. Can't wait for that. Vessel shipping at Vessel app. So easy. I sent out 5 mug packages. I'm going to send out sticker packages this week as well. I'm going to use Vessel app.
Mikey, I know you're watching, and I could.
He's the best.
I could use a little.
You want a little?
I could use a little bump on my Vessel.
A little.
My Vessel. My credit.
We love it. We really do. We really use it, and we really do love it. There's at Mint Tours. We were talking about. We're gonna. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yep.
We're gonna be there. Mint Tours. diecutstickers.com at diecutstickers.com. The best in the business. Sticker packs being made this week. $10. Free shipping. Thanks to our.
Okay, go ahead.
Super easy.
Go ahead. Start.
Surf news brought to you by Sunbum. I got a new book.
Oh,
2 goats. Right. We got Kelly Slater, the goat, and we've got documented by Todd Glaser, the other goat. Photo, Todd.
Oh, where's that from?
Richards.
Is that Pipeline?
That's from the Pipeline.
Wow.
So this is you know, with the lack of magazines and the lack of
that's great.
It feels good, right?
Wow.
Look at the back too.
The back, Slater 11 world title. This not only will look great
on your coffee
table, it will also be very awkward when you bring this to Japan with you in your backpack.
Why? Because it's just big.
It's just really big. But
this is staying on my coffee table.
These pictures are.
Show the people some of these pictures.
Hold on, let me get to a good one. Talk about it.
Well, it's basically I think it's a 250-page high gloss, high quality hardback book. Mine is signed.
Look at these.
Signed.
You can
get these guys.
You can get portraits of Kelly Slater.
It's like Kelly kissing.
You could one of these out and wear it, and then
there's Kelly golfing. Come on, there's action in here. Look at that underwater.
Are there any words, or the words fall off?
There's words in here. Is by Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam. It basically follows all. This is like this. This is as intimate a look at Kelly Slater gonna get. This is like a family heirloom now. Kelly Slater.
Let me see that.
Adopted by. You want to see the autograph?
He autographed it for you?
Yeah. Well, not Kelly yet, but soon. Todd Richards.
Cool.
I mean, Todd Glaser. Too many Todd.
That's awesome. This is great. Yeah. I think this is the one thing Kelly didn't have.
A book.
Yeah, he doesn't have a book.
He's got a couple. He's got some books. Yeah.
He should do a coloring book.
I'm sure there is one. Okay, the Backdoor Shootout has started. Day 1, I believe the suppers went out there and got absolutely flogged. That is a gnarly thing to try to do at Pipeline, especially when it's big like that. But everybody's talking about Bachan. 2nd, 3rd reef Pipeline. I mean, as gnarly as Pipeline gets, and she is catching the biggest, heaviest set waves. And you forget that she's doing this all with only one arm.
It's so. Can you explain? You've seen Bethany Hamilton surf up close with one arm. How does she paddle?
We don't know.
You don't have any idea.
Effectively, that's how she paddles. I mean, I think
like
the mechanics of it, I'm sure, is so she does have a little like handle on the board, which helps her,
kind of like
get up
and gyrate the board into the water.
I mean, she's still paddling with one arm. Dude. She's using her legs, I'm sure, kicking. I don't know if there's kind of study on how this works, but like I have slight tendonitis in my elbow, and I have a hard time catching waves.
That's because
Bethany's
shower.
Bethany's out there like riding the gnarliest waves at Pipeline. It's mind-blowing every single time. She's an absolute superhero. And the Backdoor Shootout is underway. They're just waiting for the best of day. There's no rash guards, no ratings, just the best waves. What else we got here? You've got Kelly Slater in it, Kai Lenny, Bethany. They're all on one team, which is pretty gnarly. Last year, Billy Kemper won it. So check the internet. I believe Surfline is showing it. Anyway, I was on surfermagazine.com or surfermag, whatever, surfer's website.
AI?
And they had
the Surfer's AI website.
No, this is Surfer. Actually, they put Surfer puts work into their
they
website.
Put word. It's a human words.
Well, what was kind of cool was I was looking at it and they had a photo gallery, and it made me reminisce about this at Transworld when you'd get these photo submissions from the North Shore, and it would be like slides, and you lay them on a slide table, and everyone would go in there and like make their picks with a little like mark on the slide, and then we'd argue and we'd like debate. It was so fun to pick photos for the magazine. Everyone would be like, "That's a cover," we would get in these like, I don't want to say arguments. We would yell at each other, but it was ultimately the final say was for the photo editor. It was like just looking at this little gallery of photos, and there's some beautiful, amazing images on there, and they just live on the screen of the computer or on the phone. And I think they're better than that. So hopefully they'll print more Surfer magazines so we can see them. I mean, look how good it feels to a photo like that. So natural selection is also in the news. There was an article on, Surfer Mag, about who gets the invite. Okay. So natural selection, who I did not know this, but the two surfers that are kind of advising, Rob Machado and Barton Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. Two of my bros. Like, no message yet. Okay, so this is what natural selection says. Well, to put it simply, the mad ones. The surfers who are spontaneous, unafraid of challenges, unpredictable, flawed somehow, sometimes unproven, have elite talent, down for adventure, competitive but irreverent. Probably really fun to be around for if you want a surf trip, period. Always down, period.
Now, did they go ahead and release where it is?
They did not. I think Barton had a video. I'm not sure exactly.
Did he say?
I don't want to like spoil
I don't want
it.
to know it either.
So what do you think? So, and obviously Travis Rice is very hands-on with natural selection snow.
Liam Griffin is, I believe, he's the director of the natural selection as a whole. Because it started with natural selection, the snowboarding event. We now have surfing and mountain biking in this as well.
Okay.
I believe that they've left it up though to some of the the experts within this field.
Right.
And this is it's a remote location.
Very remote.
It's that you would not expect there to ever be a surf competition.
Somewhere where they rarely get waves, very rarely get waves, but if they do get waves, they could be some of the best waves ever.
Mm-hmm. Really? They don't really ever
get waves there? It's a gamble.
Huh.
But the gamble could pay off. We've seen it happen before. If you want to watch the natural selection surf will be on the air February 8th, 20th on YouTube and Red Bull TV. That's just a week or so after the 2025 WSL season starts. Mm-hmm. So it should be...
but there's not a lot of crossovers, or actually at all.
Here's your list so far. Mikey February, Coco Ho, Cowley Vast.
Amazing.
Mila Brown.
Well, Cowley, he would be the one that... the one CT guy, right?
Not a CT guy.
CT?
No, he did really well in the QS or the Challenger.
Did pretty good in that one event too.
He won that one event too, the Olympics.
Yeah,
he did well in the Olympics. Noah Bachan, Eitan Osborne, Ana dos Santos, Victor Bernardo, Kira Pinkerton, Harry Bryant, Al Cleveland Jr., and Sully Billy. So a couple more names to come through. But you know what? We said it. Right, the more surf events, the better. Mm-hmm. Especially if they get great waves. Mm-hmm. We'll be tuning in. You might not have to. We'll tell you what to tune into. Do you have any other surf news, Todd? Big breath right there. Big deep breath.
No, not really. I was just thinking. I can be that the run of surf is kind of like it's taking a break.
A breather.
Because
you have surf guilt when there's good waves and you didn't surf.
I've got
your body
really sore arms and rashes in weird places. And
can you show us?
No. It's just been a long run of surf, and like I guess there is guilt. Like if there's waves and you don't go and use them, you kind of feel guilty later. And when I don't know, it's absence makes the heart grow fonder. When we don't have waves for a while and then we get a run of swell, it's great. But like we have been in the shit since the 18th of December.
Yeah. And it's been sunny. It's just been great. And people are like giving people waves. This is rare. This is a finite resource, waves.
Okay.
And so when we get a lot of them, it's great.
Skate News is brought to you by Spy Optics. Remember that Austin Sweeten is now on Spy Optics. You can tune in to Spy Optics on the Instagram for more information on Austin Sweeten and all the great goggles and glasses you can possibly want.
Spy Optics. Tiago Lemos won the SLS Trick of the Year, a bunch of thousands of dollars for the switch back nose blunt at the SF spot, Pier 7, Pier 9, one of the piers. Giant, over waist high, switch to nose blunt over. Crazy.
Chris.
Yes.
A baby just did a 1080 on a vert ramp.
Who?
I don't know, like one of those babies that does all the tricks. It was on Tony Hawk's Instagram this morning. It was literally an 8-year-old did 1080 on a vert ramp.
Wow. Let me file that
under
that
shit
space.
That I'll never do or I barely even care about. It's not realistic.
Speaking of surfers, I drove by the surf spot, Cardiff Campgrounds, the other day, and who was walking towards me in his wetsuit, all kitted up and wet and smiling? Greyson Fletcher.
No shit.
Yes, Greyson Fletcher, time in Encinitas.
I love Greyson Fletcher.
And I think we talked about it a little bit, but let's just go back and just give him some credit for the Thrasher magazine cover. A huge 1 foot.
I believe Greyson is a throwback to like 90s shredding, and not just surfing and not just skiing or snowboarding or whatever, but it's kind of like that, like the happy hobo.
He's got some Lee Ralph in him.
Yeah, it's just like he doesn't give the only thing he's in it for is a good time, and everything else can just maybe it'll fall into place, maybe it won't.
Well, and that shows when he does contests because he always his best stuff before the contest starts and after the contest ends. And he doesn't seem to care either way. It's amazing. Awesome. So 1 foot, barefoot at the Pipeline Skate Park. That's amazing. Did you watch the Ben Kadow art?
I didn't see that. You said it's really good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so nice to see. Because the way that they're like Patrick O'Dell and the images are framing Ben is just like he is this unique individual. Very shy, introvert, but skates like a demon.
One of my favorite things about the way Patrick O'Dell does the epically layered are like the quiet parts, are like the parts where like there's
in their space.
They're in their space and they're like either looking through archives or on like looking through the walls. It's just, I think Patrick has a really good way of story without using words.
Less is more.
Yeah, I think that I think it's amazing, and I wish he would expand. I mean, there was the I think was it epically layered, the snow one for a little bit. I forget.
Epically snowdered?
No, I forget what it was called.
Snowderly later.
Powder and Rails.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Because there really hadn't been anything like that, and it takes that.
Well, it's like the formula.
Vision.
Yeah, the formula is simple, but it takes a special person to put all those ingredients together, and also you have to trust the person making it.
And it's also, I think Patrick really good at this too. Is he doesn't make himself part of. He's not like a host, and all of a sudden you got to like deal with like the host's personality. He gets out of the way, and lets the story.
Does a quick intro, and the intros are they're just heartfelt and quick and cool. Yeah, so. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Check them all out. On another amazing show, this is probably my favorite show on Thrasher Magazine, This Old Ledge, Ted Barrow. I mean, it's like half architecture history, half skate history, and then it all comes together. So it's just another really well done show. This last one is about the USC blocks. I always think of Anthony Van England in the DC video. He had some sickest tricks ever. Going nose grinds like around the corner. Those blocks.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Yeah, great show.
I was reading something a couple of years ago. I don't remember what the article was, but it was
last time you read.
Yeah, someone was reading it to me. It was like how the parallels of good skate spots and like urban centers, but like the culture around those urban centers was a lot artistically based, and they basically was trying to draw a direct line to like, why do European cities or some of the other cities in the United States have the more creative skate spots, right? And it was just a really interesting article about how architects from different parts of the world learn their craft and hone their craft and to deal with like the cities in which these places, these architecture pop up. And it's really fascinating.
Well, skaters have a finding those places and seeing them differently than.
But you know what I mean? Like the United States seems like it's very much like a lot of the skate spots are rigid and square, right? And it's very much kind of draws a parallel to like how the US is kind of uptight in the way that they do shit.
Right.
But then you go in maybe even Japan or China, where it's like, well, China's a lot marbly, like square marble ledges.
Yeah.
But Europe there's a lot of transition.
Europe feels curvy.
A lot of curves, right? Like, so it's like, it's part of like that group thing.
Maybe like European skaters have a looseness to them.
Kind of. But I think it's fascinating. It's worth,
Well, if you like that, you're going to love this. It's a great show.
Can't wait.
So Girls Skateboards has a new series coming out. Back in July of 2024, Gons, Ed Templeton, Nodis, Lance Mountain, they made those amazing girl dolls, the wooden cutout dolls. But now, and those were like, I mean, thousands of dollars. You can't get them. Like you can't get them. They're all sold out.
Wait, was Lance on Girl?
No, these were guest artists.
It's the firm.
So they're doing a board series now. And we talk a lot about if you want rad art, like rad art on your walls, but you can't afford to buy limited edition $1,000 things, buy a skate deck. They're going to be releasing those guest graphics. You can get an Ed Templeton Girls Skateboard. Pretty sweet.
It's really cool. I do have this thing where I'm like, skateboards becoming art and then driving the price up of skateboards because people want to hang them.
Right.
Is kind of like defeats the purpose of skateboarding.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like people buying snowboards to hang them.
But I don't think that's not like
they don't.
I'm talking about new,
right? But
new boards.
They don't want to be hung.
Well, maybe buy one skate and one hang, because you want art on your wall.
Kind of.
No,
I'm just saying it's like a weird thing. Like these,
you could skate it and then hang it.
They get metaphysical with this.
I do. I'd love to.
The energy that you put in, like these things are created.
Yeah.
Right. And the energy that's poured into them from the people that make them and the people at these companies, it's all based around, this is a tool, a good time tool.
Right.
Right. And it's like that you kind of infusing the energy of like that group think into the product that you make.
Yeah.
And then when someone buys it and hangs it on the wall, it's not happy. Like, it's not a happy skateboard.
Well,
and I do it too. Like I hang my shit, but I'm like,
that is you've got a point there.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But if you are doing the act of skateboarding, you could treat that board to an extended life.
That's why copers don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because trucks inherently want to be ground.
Right. I don't think anyone's hanging trucks on their wall.
I don't know.
Maybe.
A good looking truck.
Maybe some of those like Webb, a classic grind king.
Z-roller.
A Z-roller. I would hang a Z-roller on the wall.
Mm.
If somebody has a Z-roller.
You use it as a massage tool.
I would love that as a massage tool. Jenkem.com has unleashed their annual Superlative Awards. Okay.
What's a superlative again?
So a superlative would be like, I think that was the best way surfed at Pipeline ever, or like he is the great. It's just
so you're making like definitive statements.
Yeah.
Based on opinion.
Yeah. And so this is what they released this year. IP whore. Primitive X everyone. So basically they're saying that Primitive is the intellectually whore because they've done so many collabs. Mm-hmm. So they're inside jokes, but they're also pretty funny. Just kiss him already. Burl and Gillette. Great award. And there's actually video of them kissing. It's cute. Welcome back, old friend. Quickly later.
Great.
We fully agree with that. This one's pretty. Strozempic. Bill Strobeck, who is now lean and mean. Don't know if he's on Strozempic or not. I tried it. It works. It does have some side effects. DM me for details. Call your physician. Russian asset. Tim Pool. Yeah. Fuck that guy. Did you see the John Shanahan frozen
it's everywhere.
Power slide to lip slide?
It's everywhere.
That's the first viral skate clip of meme. What would you call that? Clip? Meme?
It's a clip.
Skate clip. First viral skate clip of the year. Well deserved, because that was insane. A couple of skateboard companies, maybe if Todd would buy 2 boards, one for the wall, one to ride. Companies are doing better. It's not your fault, Todd. M.A.S.S Skateboards is after 5 years. And that's a tough one because they had a sick team. They had Evan. They had Cole Chapman. They had a great team. They went 5 years, skater owned and operated. But this one's really, and you know what? I'll admit that I hadn't seen much from this company in the last couple of years. Consolidated Skateboards.
I didn't even realize it's still around, dude.
Well, there you go. They did it for 32 years. It started in 1992. They have that little cube logo, and they, let's say, through like most of the 90s, mid 90s to late 90s into 2000s, Consolidated was probably,
dude, Alan Peterson.
Just
are you freaking kidding me?
The best. They were as core as it gets. And they did rad shit. They started the Don't Do It campaign when Nike came in skateboarding. They were the first to be like, don't do it. They actually made a pair of Dunks with a banana on the side. 32 years. You know, they will be missed. I wish I would have known about related boards because I love them. Berto is an awesome guy. I'm sure they'll do something rad. San Diego skate shop owner Brian Kelly from Overload Skate Shop lost his house in a fire. You can go to Transworld Skateboarding to help. He lost a big skate collection. It's just a bummer. The mayor of Pennsauken, New Jersey, is a skater. He's 48 years old. He skates with his friends, and he says that you should get out there and go skateboarding because it keeps you young. It's just cool to see the mayor.
How many boards can you ollie?
Well, he had a photo doing a pretty good line, so maybe 4 boards.
Sick.
And the rumors are swirling that this upcoming Vans, or I don't know if it's the Vans pool party. I'm sure it's the Vans pool party. The last pool
They
party.
said that a couple times.
This time it feels real because seeing posts of guys like Tom Shar, gals like Grace Marhofer. Who did I see? Nikki Guerrero put up a post.
No
training for the last ever Vans pool party. So was it that the Combi and that whole skate park, the Vans Park of Orange, which I think has gone into kind of disarray. Like it's a very old park at this point. It's going to be gone. So we'll see what happens.
Snow News is brought to you by Mammoth Mountain. It's just a short drive from Southern California spots such as Los Angeles, San Diego, and you can get there from the Bay Area pretty easily too.
And it's a wonderful place to ride your snowboard, your skis, sled. I'm sure the après is very fun. And I'm sure they've got a good chili bread bowl.
I've got a couple tops here for Snow News.
Okay, what do you got, Todd?
The first one, and these are kind of just like discussion topics.
General topics. I love these.
Okay, the first one, and this is also to surfing.
Okay.
I had a very in-depth conversation with my shaper, Jason Bennett, over there at Chemistry Surfboards the other day, about how the quiver killer board is actually harming the surf and snow industry.
Okay.
Think about it. If all these companies in the short term, it may be a good solution.
Right.
You're selling people, you want one board that does it all.
Yeah. One board to do it all.
Right. So like, yes, I mean, that kind of sounds great. You can cut a steak with a butter knife, but do you want to? All I'm saying is that there are the technology there to create specialized snowboards and surfboards to do certain things.
Okay.
And the industry should be pushing that narrative of like, this one board will be the only board you need.
How many boards are you bringing to Japan?
I'm bringing at least 2.
Okay.
But I'm saying like, and this is a general topic that doesn't really apply to me because
you have a quiver.
I don't buy snowboards.
Right.
But I just like, you know, the jack of all trades, master of none. You can get people to buy one type of snowboard, like all mountain. This board does everything. And there's all this stuff. And we just kind of stopped talking about how important it is to have the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
And I think it really plays into the surf world big time, because the board that you ride when it's knee high, they say this board will work up to 8 feet, but when the waves get big, it doesn't really work. Right. And it's the same with an all mountain board that's designed for take it in the park. You can take it in the backcountry, but then you take it in the backcountry and the thing becomes a submarine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what would be an ideal? Let's say just an ideal. Snowboards are pretty expensive, right?
They
What's
are
an
expensive.
ideal two-board quiver, a decent snowboarder, somebody who can go down the mountain, do a couple jumps.
I think depending on where you live,
okay.
right? Like depending on where the geography is that where you ride.
Yeah.
So if you live someplace where it gets a lot of snow, you kind of have to have a powder-centric board, especially if it becomes like the snow becomes an issue with the board that you're riding already.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, getting yourself a powder shape and then getting yourself a more playful shape for the springtime or the early season. I mean, yeah, it all comes down to money. Not everyone can multiple.
There's used boards,
multiple boards, but I'm just saying,
you can do it.
I feel like the narrative, and this is a weird place within the snowboard industry and surf industry and skate industry, to be completely honest, is that we're no longer fighting for wallet with just the same product category. Okay. Because people oftentimes will go another year with that snowboard, go another jacket, go another year with those boots because there's a new iPhone. And I think the trade-off. I think the trade-off is like technology is becoming like you're up against that.
Yeah. Or groceries. Do you want groceries or
no, because groceries are a necessity.
True.
Right? That's in a necessity category.
The iPhone is a necessity now.
I feel like that. Look, we all know that Apple is the devil that you know.
Yep.
I mean, every 6 months they come out with another fucking phone and they make you feel like you need this new phone. But it doesn't really get new other than like, we're going to switch up the fucking charger on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I need charger.
Right. But so bringing this back to snowboarding, I think a lot of it is going to be put in the hands of the snowboard companies to actually make innovations product, because it's a lot of it now is like, yes, there are pop-ups, yes, there are all mountain boards, but we haven't really seen like big leaps in technology.
Right.
And at least I don't feel like we have.
Well, we have in surfing, so like mountain biking, for example, like your son's into it, my son's into it. He has 3 bikes: downhill, jumper, and whatever, a mountain bike, right. Hybrid, whatever it is, the normal mountain bike. And so that industry, those are,
but that's a given. When you enter that industry, that's a given,
right?
Like you just understand that.
You can't take a dirt jumper to someone like.
Well, it's kind of like back when I was growing up, you had a vert board and a street board.
Yeah.
Now
cruiser board.
There's all that stuff. I don't know. In my opinion, it's something that I would love to hear a discussion about from people within the industry and et cetera, because I feel like I don't know, like, and people will buy one board and they'll be like, I need another board. Like there's no like moving along of the technology. Like there's not enough of a like a hook to get somebody to come back in.
I think it's also trying it too, because I've never really tried like a proper powder board in proper powder.
You haven't?
No. So I don't know how much better that is than just a normal.
It'll change your life. I'm going to bring one that you can ride when we're
okay.
Because Japan is one of those places where you need special.
See, this is a daily driver.
That's a daily driver.
And so if we're at Japan and we go to one of the normal mountain with a lift, I'm riding this. Mm-hmm. But when we start hiking, so I like that.
Anyways, this is a little topic.
I like that.
Another thing that's going on, we had the Bombhole Beatdown went down at Loon Mountain in New Hampshire over the weekend, and it was great. The Bombhole crew always comes through, and my hat's off to anyone that is promoting small events, grassroots events for the local communities. I mean, this is coast. This is where culture is made. This is like how it used to be, where you'd have a contest series and you'd see people you didn't see. You get to see people ride from other resorts. That I feel like is really important, and we're losing that in snowboarding.
Well, it's got soul, and it's also where you're gonna inspire people to want to ride. You're gonna also maybe discover some kid from that just goes off, and you're like, all right, well there's the next person.
Yeah. So I mean, these kind of events are really important. Like Homesick, the event at Rotten Mountain, that'll be March 20th, 21st of this year. Another really important event.
Methodology
is another one.
February 8th.
So like these grassroots events, I think are great, and it's not always about a cumulative point race to get to the Olympics.
Right.
And I think it's,
there's just
room
hardcore
for everything,
sick
but
events.
the culture, the community, these events are awesome.
Agreed. Speaking of Bombhole Beatdown, Todd, you went on a good rant on the Bombhole.
I did. Oh,
recently.
That was last. Yeah, they do.
How long ago was that?
I think this week.
Yeah, I just caught up.
Yeah.
And I mean,
What
we
did
don't
you
need
think
to really talk more about it, but it's like
I don't really want to beat the Bombhole beat. I don't want to beat
double beat down the Bombhole. If you want to hear Todd's judging thoughts and opinions,
it's newest thing in like this all this controversy came from Chloe Kim, her performance. I think this was like the 19th of December or something like that. She came down, basically put a banger run in at Coté, and then fell over after her run was complete.
It's like a celebratory fall over.
It wasn't celebratory. Like, she definitely didn't want to fall over.
Right.
But
she had already done the work.
Her last trick. She had control.
Yeah.
She just went to like throw the brakes on and fell over. So the big, it's not even a controversy. Like, who fucking cares? But like,
it's fun to talk about.
I guess the thing that I was saying is that when a person falls, are you weighting the judging decision more upon what was completed during the run, like what actually happened above the lip, or are you putting more weight on
overall impression,
or just a fall?
Right.
That would affect exactly overall impression.
Overall impression, the act, right? The art form from beginning to the very end.
You have your 5 hits in the half pipe, all those hits in the air, completed perfectly, landed perfectly. It was riding across the flat bottom to slow down after the run was over. She fell over. Now that would fall into the overall impression category. Now, does the weight of that trump the actual tricks and
the difficulty of tricks,
right?
Of tricks.
So that's what I was bringing up, and I think that's something to definitely look closer at. But also, I'm 100% an armchair judge.
Right.
That is my job. I have a lot of opinions. A lot of people.
One of those jobs is easy. Armchair judge or actual judge.
No, armchair judge is pretty good.
That's pretty easy.
Really easy. Anyway,
nobody yells at you.
I'm just saying. Well, people yell at me, but it's more like internet yelling.
Yeah.
Which isn't yelling.
It's very quiet.
Anyway, so that's the topic that I had. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, what else? I got Arrow documentaries now on Red Bull TV for all of you to enjoy. And we've snowboarders coming and registering for their first full race at the hey, sorry, we're working in here. Love you though. We're live. Yep, that's a friend of ours, Dan, coming in here to say what's up. Mia Brooks has done it again. Unstoppable this year in competition. Back victories at 17 years old. Gnarly. I talked more about this, Todd. This is a sad one. Florian Fisher.
I didn't even really know about this.
24 years old. Recently just passed away. I believe it was cancer, a type of cancer. He was part of the Beyond Metals crew and obviously beloved. He is remembered of course, in many ways, but you can check out some of his footage and everything right now on Beyond Metals Instagram. It's a bummer for that.
Man,
yeah,
well, get out there and live hard and live now.
Yeah. 32 is celebrating 30 years at Mammoth from January 8th through the 11th. 4 days of riding with rippers from the 32 team. You can do park laps type and a bonfire during a Yodeler hike park session. Fire as well.
We won't be around.
We will be gone, but if you're in and around the area, go to Mammoth Mountain and celebrate 32's 30th anniversary.
Okay, so now we get to the meat and potatoes of the snowboard news, and I think I am grossly uninformed about what is happening with this
luckily
subject.
We have Stan.
But there's a lot. Okay, so right now, in the news, in the main, Vail Resorts is taking an absolute beating for the ski patrol on strike in Park City.
Well, when rich people are affected, the mainstream media is...
And it's fucking ridiculous. But the ski patrol went on strike during the busy holiday season at Park City. It started to snow. Vail Resorts brought in ski patrol from other neighboring resorts, neighboring state resorts, to come in and do the ski patrol job of these striking ski patrollers. So number one, you're bringing in ski patrol from another place. Yeah, but Yes, scabs. That's what they cross picket lines to do the job. They also are not experts at the terrain.
At that
particular resort terrain. I was taking a beating because they couldn't open up terrain fast enough. They couldn't, they didn't have the capability to be everywhere that they needed to be. So multiple lifts were not open. Different sides of the park, the canyon side of the Park City Mountain Resort was not open. That's a full
the whole
resort.
side. Here's what Stan says. So less than 20% capacity, 24 of fun lifts operating, 80 of 350 trails open.
But taking everyone's money.
But yeah.
But
you still bought the season pass.
Fuck.
So this things change, right?
Just greedy as fuck.
When you attack the bottom line of a place like Vail Resorts, their stock has dropped $20 per share since the strike began. So that's a good strike is working because that gets people's attention.
Right.
So it was $300. Now it's $177. And Stan goes on to talk about Vail CEO Kirsten Lynch's compensation package. She gets $1 million a year, and she has $4.9 million in performance-based bonuses.
I feel like when your stock drops that significant, because look, I don't know the ins and outs of what is really at stake.
Right.
The ski patrol is asking for a $2 raise. I think there's more to it than that. I think there's some benefits that they want to have over the summer when there's just more to it than probably the truth is somewhere in the middle. You know how that shit goes.
The truth is out there.
I feel like, when you're looking at something like this and you're charging $300 for a lift ticket and the stock price like this is like hostile takeover territory, especially when it's a publicly traded company. And it gets, this gets a little scary now. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Is someone going to come in and
you think someone's going to buy?
I don't know. I feel like I don't think, dude. But when the bottom line gets hit like that, people on Wall Street do fucking brash shit.
When stock people get clipped,
So it'll be really interesting.
Ski people get paid.
Look, it's just
ski patrol gets
the ski patrol are, I would say, the number one asset at a ski area because they keep you safe, the customers safe.
Yeah. Well, look at the ski patrol people from the mountain in that documentary Out Cold. Without them, that actual mountain would have gone. Yeah. Ski patrol saved that mountain.
Oh yeah, I have to bring a Cold DVD.
I think they're gonna get it.
They're gonna get it
because that's one of our events.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so stay tuned, and if you want to go to Slush Magazine, Stan did a great in-depth
great article
with numbers and shit.
Yeah. Just a quick mention: K2's Jumbo is Easy is his 6th snowboarding movie, and Seamus Foster crushed it. Seamus. Oh, Seamus.
That's how you say it.
Seamus.
It's not Seamus.
Seamus. Forrester. Anyway, there's some great snowboarders in it. Are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, let's do some
questions. Provided by, sponsored by Vessel Shipping. Ian Pietro says, "What do you think is your pet's greatest skill or talent?"
Lying on its back, doing nothing.
My pet's greatest skill or talent is showing love and using her eyes to convey when she's bored, wants to be pet.
TMI.
This is a question from Lisa Sussman. Advice for someone who's scared of the cold, murky water. She's fine to surf in Hawaii when the water is clear, but won't go in the water in San Diego. Well, I feel like
good reason too. Water is dark and full of terrors.
Well, I think per capita, Hawaii has more sharks and things in the water that are going to hurt you than California. Just wait for that day. We get clear days. It's chilly here. People don't like cold water, especially when it's cold and dark. But there are those nice, crispy, clean, clear days. Get in the water. Don't be scared. Gemma, she's 10 and a half years old. What hurts more of your skateboard when you fall on blacktop or asphalt or concrete? Is there a worse type of ground to fall on?
Yeah,
that's a good question. Asphalt because it's chunkier and it's also stickier.
Yeah.
So when you fall on it, you don't slide and you're gonna get ground up like ground beef.
It'll stain
and it stains your clothes. Yeah, I think you're gonna want to fall on wood, preferably smooth cement second. Sidewalk cement third, asphalt is the worst thing to fall on. Question, when, looking for a skate lesson. A young Lily is looking for a skate lesson, and also DJing Corner Pizza this Thursday.
Are you?
I am.
Okay, I'll be there.
The night before.
Oh, wait, no, I can't eat pizza before we fly on an airplane.
Oh, gosh, really?
I'm not taking any chances this year.
This is a question from Adam at Sart, Monday M.A.S.S question. What's the one thing you're really looking forward to on your trip to Japan?
Just how bizarrely awesome Japan is.
Just leisure pow with my friends and meeting some new friends, and also, of course, ramen.
It's just weird, man. It's like as soon as you get off the plane, it smells. The vibe is different. You don't understand anything, but everyone's so nice and so accommodating. It's just bizarre.
There's a positive spirit in
the
air,
buffet.
And the breakfast buffet is amazing. What's that resort? What's the hotel called?
Almost 7.
Yeah, looking forward to the breakfast resort. This is a question from best and worst Instagram name still. Wokaji. We can't ever get it. He's told us how it's spelled too. Hope you guys are pumped for Japan. Are you guys going to the Red Bull Heavy Metal in St. Paul?
Yes, I will be there with me. We are hosting once again. We will be the voices that you can't wait to stop.
I'll be listening. Matt Allen says, is it just me or is Todd's sticker placement always on point?
You know,
you've worked at that for many, many years. How long have you been there?
A long time.
Okay.
The sticker placement to me, when you have to stare down at something all the time, like you want to be, I don't know. There's definitely sticker placements years that I've had better sticker placement than others. Sometimes logos of the sponsors that you have, you got to work at it.
When logos change too.
Yeah, like if you get a new sponsor and it doesn't fit within your old, there's a nuance to it. And I will say this, that the new kids, like I'm an old head, right? Like obviously like very old head. The newfangled kids just fucking put like they don't care. They do them in like a line, looks like a totem pole of logo, and it's just so boring.
Well, Quicksilver, for example, that the Mountain Wave is designed for a surfboard.
It is.
So fitting that on a snowboard
it's different.
Tricky.
It's different. And you know, if you put it right, you're overhanging the sticker, you're razor blading it off the side, you're layering, some stickers are under, some it's just it's an art form.
When I was sponsored for surfing, I ruined a couple boards with sticker placement, thinking I was like, I'm going to do something new. Because I'm for Ezekiel, and they changed their sticker a couple of times, and they had one long rectangle that was hard to get in a good spot.
Yeah.
But then I switched to Billabong, and like the Billabong sticker was But it was so fun stuff, and you want to put your stickers on. This is from Sean Spicol. You guys going to try some fugu in Japan?
Ooh, I don't need that blowfish.
You don't? We're going to try concho.
I've had fugu before.
Fugu to you?
Have you fugu?
No.
You know what it is?
Blowfish?
It's blowfish, and your lips and your tongue go numb.
Because it's like if you eat the wrong part, you die.
Organ. You have to be certified to remove. You have to be a certified fugu chef.
I'm a certified concho practitioner.
We had it in Japan. We went to Japan to do an old video game for that company, Konami. You ever heard of that company?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Konami flew us all to I forget what part of Japan it was. It was Osaka, and we get there and we're having this. They're really rolling out the red carpet for us, and
they should.
We went to this restaurant one night that was like formal Japanese sushi business, like high dollar. And they prepped fugu for all of us there at the gym. It was
what did it taste like?
Soy sauce, but literally like your cheeks. You know when you
it's like an eating adventure.
You know when you eat a lemon, like you kind of get like sour.
Yeah,
it did that to like your cheeks, but then your tongue, the back of your tongue, and your lips go numb.
What an experience!
Because a bit of the venom still in there.
Wow, I'm gonna try it. DC Jones says, "Hey, Chris and Todd, city or place so bad that no one could pay you enough to be there." I'll go anywhere if you pay me. I don't.
A city it's so bad I don't want to go there.
I can find something good about any place I'm at. I really can. That's just my positive attitude.
I have some definitive on that one.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say one, or are you gonna keep it to yourself?
Because I might.
Chris Kavanaugh says, hey, Chris and Todd, have you heard anything about the wave pool being constructed in the Dallas-Fort Worth area Sapphire Bay Resort at Rowlett, Texas?
Sapphire?
Would be stoked to catch a session with you dudes. If you come out, once it's completed, we'll go. You know, if there's a wave pool and we can ride it, we're going to come ride it. That's
Lamborghini
for sure.
pen. Okay, let's go. What else we got?
I think that might be it.
All right, you guys, check it out.
Next show will be from Japan.
Hopefully, we don't know.
We're going to do it.
We said we were going to do it last year, and we didn't do shit.
Let's just do it.
How?
I promise. I'll make Todd
bring
do
all
it.
this shit.
I'm going to bring this stuff. Not all of it.
Well, at least
some of it.
We'll do a live from the lift.
We're going to do it all.
All right.
It's going to be great.
Hey, you guys, we're going to take off. We'll see you
Happy New Year. It's the last time I'm going to say that.
Get the Kelly Slater book. It's heavy. It's it'll make an impression on your friends.
Hey.
See you guys.